Hello, good morning, guys. I'm Dr. Cool. Welcome back. We have a Pontiac Vibe GT 28 model. And this very car here have a severe two problems. The first problem is the compressor is bad. However, the actual problem that brought this very customer to my garage here is that the AC leaks refrigerant mysteriously. And we've taken it to different shops, paid some huge amount of money, and they couldn't resolve the problem. Now he brought it to me. Now, before he brought it to me, he found me on Google. And after reading a lot of feedback, which a lot of people give me, he was very confident and sure that I'm the one who is going to resolve this very problem. Now, there is something I want to tell you guys about this. He actually came for a leak, but after my critical diagnosis, I discovered that fixing the leak is gonna be useless if the AC is not blowing cold. What does that mean? It means the compressor is bad, and they've actually converted it to manual. When I tell some of my customers that 95% of the car AC tech in Nigeria can be able to resolve their automatic AC problem or car that is fitted with variable displacement compressor, they often think I'm joking. But when you take a look at the statistics, cars around, by 80%, you're gonna be you will start seeing the reflection of what I'm saying right there. So this car happened to be one of them. Now I decided to do something differently. Instead of putting another fixed displacement compressor on this very car here, I decided to pull that one off and get the car back to factory fitted. Now it's a very big tricky situation. I've lost a compressor, 2 clutches before I got it right. Now let me get you guys closer so you don't think I'm just here making some kind of video. You know, the car owners will not allow you to start messing around with your car if suppose there is nothing wrong with it. No, it's not possible. But what I want to say here is, aside trying to get car back to factory fitted, one other major challenge I have is a huge kind of wickedness I often see. This customer haven't shown it, I don't know. But to my greater surprise, there are some customers which I go against my own ethics and policies to slash down the costs. Like no safe zone for my business in order to give them warranty and fix their car. When I mean no safe zone is when you're buying the parts, the material, and you are not charging them for the warranty, but you're still giving them warranty. It's a very dangerous zone. I have dived into those areas to meet customer halfway because they say they're having financial issues. But where I get hurted, where I get pained is where I'm done fixing the same car, and I requested from the same customer to go back to my page and give me 5-star review. A review that is inexpensive. As a matter of fact, is cheap. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost a dime to give a positive feedback review on my page. And the same people that I crashed down the costs in order to fix their car suddenly have problem. Africa, this is wickedness. Most of these things we are talking about here, I'm not going to say it's happening in Europe. I've seen a lot of American friends. As a matter of fact, most of my major audience in YouTube are Americans. I see how they interact with their own people, despite the fact that they are the one that created most of the problem we are facing, but they are not creating this wickedness we are having here. A lot of customers who meet me have severe problem. I mean, they have wasted a lot of money from different customers. So if you go to my page right now, most of the reviews which you're seeing there are not up to half of the people have solved competently get their car AC working. We're not talking about working for a month and stop, 2 months and stop. We're talking about a whole lot of year. Some are having some, if there is any car that I didn't get back to factory fitted, there is electrical electronic problem which I couldn't be able to address. And I'm trying very hard. I'm upgrading my knowledge. I'm upgrading my tools to be able to meet up with that. And these are highly pricey. If suppose I'm to be using the money which I'm making from the AC to try to meet up with setting the system to meeting up with the standard which they want, I wouldn't be able to do it. Because why? They are literally paying peanuts. That when I remove the cost of my rentage, the cost of material, cost of parts, what is left over there is insignificant to be able to put on the expensive tools, gadgets, and some other things which I need to get this car working. Why am I saying this? I'm giving out a whole lot of I'm giving out a whole lot of money, which I was supposed to have collected or insist if it is not that I'm not going to fix it, they should take it to some other person. Then they take it to the roadside guys and they butcher it and put a manual compressor at pricey range. But here I am, tempering justice with mercy, going beyond my business policies to put smile on people's face. But when it is their own turn to even bring up something that is not going to cost how much, let me say 0.2% of what I charge them, it becomes a problem. Now, most of you are going to think they forgot it. No, they didn't forget it. It's going to be easy to say they forgot it when you reminded, when they forgot it is okay. But what if when you reminded them after months? Before even reminding them, I asked them, how is the AC doing? My common question is, how is my patient doing? Your car is my patient. How is my patient doing? They said the patient is doing great. The AC is cooling great. Yes, fine. Kindly go to my page and drop me 5-star review. And I go mute. Do you know the reason why? They're feeling they're even overpaid for the peanut they're paying. The average charge which I charge most of the customers that come to fix car in my garage is between 250 300k. Remove the compressor out of the matter, remove refrigerant, remove every other material that is involved. If the pipe is damaged, remove it from inside. Then after that, then we start talking about a 30 days warranty. Every car I fix comes with a standard 30 days warranty. So tell me, where is the money? What is it too much money they paid for? Whereas they are paying even slightly above that for roadside with no any 30 days warranty, with no warranty. So if you have a problem, if they're giving them warranty and standing up to it, they wouldn't have any need to start looking for me. I want you guys to look at it. If they're giving them a warranty and standing and meeting up to that warranty, there will be no reason anybody's going to be searching on the internet to find the top best reliable car AC mechanic or technician. But they're not giving them. Even if they give them, they're not standing up to it. Because I know the situation. When once you buy those compressors, the people who you're buying the parts from, they're not giving you warranty. So when you have any problem, you are on your own. So how do you tend to go back and buy another compressor when the customer didn't overpay you? How do you keep up to that warranty? So, but the broader context of this is not just Nigeria that's having this right problem, it's Africa. So my question is, Africa, why are you wicked in your own self? I'm seeing South Africa rallying and closing up, pursuing other people, especially Nigerians in South Africa, to go back to their home. People who have stayed there for 20 years, people who have stayed there for 30 years, they say go back to your home. So the wickedness in Africa, I don't know where it originated from. Why are we hating our own self? Then in that of Nigeria, I have this to say. For some other customer, for most of you who say, what about the people whom you didn't get their own fixed? Yes, it's an intelligent question. Some of them, I make them 50% refund. Some of them, I refund them 100% of their money. And everything I have spent so far on parts, material, you name them, is on me. And believe me, some of you, these customers I'm talking about, they even go as far as telling me all the parts which I removed from their car, I should give it to them. Because they want to prove that I actually did the job and replace it. Why? Because they are shocked. The kind of amount I'm charging them is too small for me to actually carry out those jobs and still give them 30 days warranty. That's why they are requesting for the parts to be sure I actually replaced it. But here is my last take. The wickedness we are sharing is going to reach everybody. Whatever you do to me directly affects other people indirectly. Let me still make this clearer. You have depended on that very review, positive review that other people have dropped for me in order to know that I'm outstanding out of the rest. And now, after I solved yours, you don't want to put up the same energy that you absorbed, because when you see other people's positive feedback review before you started getting to me, you have absorbed the positive energy that they have. But when it's your own turn to put up that same positive energy, you started dying down. No problem. Like I said, it's going to get to your turn. It's going to reach you. In your own business, when you render a very good service and you need people, when you are out there showcasing and you need people to come and stand out and put up that positive vibe energy for people to know that you are outstanding, you are going to start seeing this kind of thing. You face the same thing I'm facing, except you have to go and start bloating it and giving fake reviews. And if you fake the review, well, fake the review, but keep up to the momentum where customer come to your garage for whichever reasons, and you can keep up with the positive attitude, not even just attitude of getting the problem solved. That is where the bigger challenge is. It's not about faking it. So let me still remind you, I can go ahead and fake those reviews. Why? Because I'm competent to deal with the problem, the challenges that comes with it. So I'll see you on the other side. Keep up with the wickedness.